about things they really wanted me to talk about on live, but I've been kind of busy with just enjoying vacation and me time, honestly. So that's priority, and that's something that I really encourage my coaching clients and my therapy clients to make sure they're doing, is prioritizing themselves in that me time. All of your free time is not really time for everybody else. Sometimes you have to prioritize yourself and what you want and what you need. So I really want to talk to you all this morning just briefly about being real with yourself, because you are listening. A lot of us get very carried away with thinking that, keeping up with this idea of who we think we're pretending to be, or keeping up with the Joneses, or just really not being 100% with ourselves, and we start believing it. That's the stuff that we put out on social media. Hopefully you're being authentic, but some people are not authentic on social media. So a lot of times you're comparing yourself to what you're seeing in people's pictures or on people's feeds or their posts on social media, and that's not really who they are. So I just really want to encourage you to be real with yourself. Tell yourself the truth, because if you're telling yourself the truth, then you have to remember that you are listening. So then you have to be responsible for the truth that you're putting out there to you, first and foremost. A lot of people don't tell the truth online, so then therefore they go and they tell lies online, or they create this illusion of their life online, and then they believe they really living their life and it's not true. And so I just really encourage you to just be honest. If you're going through some stuff, it's okay to say you're going through some stuff. Now, you don't have to put that out there to social media, because it's not everyone's business as far as what you're going through. But if you're going through stuff, you don't have to create this illusion like everything is just amazing and everything is going great, because it may not be. And that's okay. We're not always in good spaces. Sometimes we're in weird spaces, and we need to just be able to say, you know what, right now I'm not in the best place, but maybe your social media post may be that, you're keeping the faith. That's real, right? You're keeping the faith. Not that you're in such this supernatural, amazing, euphoric zone, but just that you're keeping the faith. People don't have to know all of your business unless you tell them. But I do want to remind you of something. We have to stop telling all of our business and then getting mad when people judge us for the business that we put out there. You told it. Nobody would have known your business unless you told everybody what your business was. Now, I made a post this morning and I said, stop assuming and stop telling people that, or stop assuming or pretending that God is blessing your foolishness. God is not doing that. A lot of times we tend to think, we go tell ourselves, God is cool with, me dealing with this situation that he knows and I know is toxic for my life. When you're dealing with somebody, or when you even having friends in your life that are not good for your spirit and for your mindset and for your vision and what you're trying to do in your life, but still you want to claim that God has something to do with it. Don't put him in it. He is not going to send you something that he sent for somebody else. For example, I've had a lot of people that have been hitting me up lately, and I'm glad you feel comfortable enough to reach out to me. This is no judgment or no shade. But I've had some people that are reaching out to me lately saying that they're in relationships with people that are in relationships with other people. And they're hoping that they're feeling like God sent them their way, and that maybe God will, allow them to remove themselves from these other relationships. Let me tell you something. God is not sending you something that he sent for somebody else, okay? Okay? And if somebody really loves you and values you, guess what? They're going to get out of their other situation and make peace with that and completely dissolve that, and then fast. Take their time to fast and really breathe and exhale before jumping into something new. Stop saying God sent that. If you are dealing with someone that is in relationship with someone else, or someone that is married, I'm not here to judge you. Okay, that's not what I do. But I do want to make sure that you understand that God is not going to send you someone else's husband. If he blessed somebody else with something, he's not going to say, you're good, I'm going to just send him to you now. God is not going to bless you with someone else's wife. So all I'm saying is, when you start making these decisions to get in relationship with people that are already in relationship with other people, you have to take on all the energy that comes along with that. Same thing with certain friendships. Some friendships, maybe someone is really good friends with someone else. It doesn't mean you can't be friends with them as well. But if you are wanting to seek friendship with that person with the ulterior motive, that's not healthy. That's very atypical, and that's unhealthy, and it's toxic for you, because you're not even going to the friendship with really legit, genuine interest. You're going to the friendship because you're trying to one up somebody else, and that's a problem. I don't know. It's weird to think that as adults that we still do this, but there are a lot of adults that do this. Like, we go after something that is not really for us, and we know it's not for us. We know it's not for us early on. You're never going to get what you want by dealing with someone that God has already sent for someone else. You know what I'm saying? And you're never going to get far if you're trying to start these friendships with people just based on what that person can do for you, or just based on the fact that you're trying to one up somebody else. I mean, like, we're adults now. We don't have to do that. If you're cool with somebody, be cool with them. But understand that you can't start things with ulterior motives and hope that it all work out. It does not going to work out. I'm telling you. Save yourself the heartache. Save yourself the struggle and the strife and all the stuff that comes along with it. And understand that sometimes you just gotta make good choices for yourself. And sometimes you gotta tune out. Just because people are sending you this energy, or they're in your DMs, or they're sending you these friend requests, some people you just gotta decline and say access denied, because not everybody is for you. Okay? You gotta pray to God for discernment and really understand, where is this person coming from? Are they coming from a genuine place? And if they're not, if you feel a little bit weird about it, don't accept them. Access denied. You don't have to know why, but God gives us this discernment so much, and a lot of times we ignore the discernment and we say, oh no, well they seem like they got a lot going on, but I can work with them. I can be there for them. I can support them. Listen, if you are whole and you are healed and you're in a good place, don't start taking on people in your life as close confidants and close relationship partners that are broken. I mean, it doesn't make a lot of sense. And I know what we try to tell ourselves, but I can help them. I can help them. I mean, I know they're going through some stuff. I know that they've been battling this addiction and that addiction. And I know that, they've been, messy with a lot of people in their life. I know they've messed up a lot of relationships in their life. I know that they, are still trying to get themselves together, but I'm going to help them. Listen. You are only stressing yourself out, and you're preparing yourself for, times where you're going to be trying to figure out, why in the world am I in this situation? I mean, like, you got to be truthful with yourself. Am I trying to be in relationship with this person because I want to have this, I have the savior complex and I want to make sure I help everybody? Or am I getting into this relationship for very genuine reasons? If it's not a genuine reason, then you need to reevaluate why you're even starting this in the first place. Because a lot of us we're not doing it for genuine reasons, but we might not even always realize that. So you got to a pause. I was telling someone this yesterday. You got to pause at the beginning of getting to know someone and really reevaluate. Am I in this for the right reason? Are they in this for the right reason? Are they really trying to get something from me that has nothing to do with what they're telling me? Or is it something totally different? Or is this authentic? If it's authentic, cool. One of the reasons I want to talk to you about making sure that you're in authentic relationships with people is because it has an effect on everything else in your life. A lot of us have some insecurities that we haven't resolved, or some different things from our past that we haven't resolved. And so these new relationships and these new people, in a sense, kind of band-aid those situations. But a lot of times that's unhealthy, going into something where you're hoping that person kind of rescues you or saves you or helps you kind of dispel these myths that you're not what people said you were. Let me tell you something. You got to start tuning out from what people say you are, okay? It does not matter, because people will say that you're all kind of things, but whatever God says you are is really what you are. So you can't really worry about what people saying about you and how people spread your name around and how people start to tell you that you're not going to make it, you're not going to be anything. Let me tell you something. What God has for you is for you. Your first, middle, and last name is going to be on it. Do you understand me? Nobody can take from you what God has already said that is going to be yours. In the same instance, you can't go trying to take something from somebody else that you know that God has already sent to them. Leave people's husbands alone, okay? I'm going to go and throw that out there. Leave people's boyfriends alone. I'm going to put that out there. Leave people's visions alone. A lot of times we have people around us that are dream killers, and they're trying to mess up our vision all kind of ways. As soon as you start talking about this business venture, and I'm sure y'all know what I'm talking about. You have that one friend, air quote, that you say, hey girl, I'm really thinking about starting this business. And before you can even get it out your mouth, she's already told you why it's not going to work. That is not your people. Those are not your people. Stop telling your vision to these people. Those are dream killers. And they will make you believe that you are incompetent, or that you can't do it, or that it won't work before you even get an opportunity to write your business plan. Same thing about, when you're trying to start a new journey, whether it be a weight loss journey, whether it be a financial awareness journey. You always got somebody around you that's just being a hater for no reason. They telling you it's not gonna work, girl. Oh, girl, I wouldn't even worry about that. Oh, girl, let's go out to eat. And they'll choose the most fattening, most unhealthy place to go eat because they feel like, I know you're on a path of health, but guess what? I'm gonna turn you around. Then they'll throw in something like this. Girl, I treat. Let's go over here to so-and-so place. They got some good wings and french fries and cheese sticks and all this stuff. And before you know it, you're being enticed by something that's free. Let me tell you something. Everything that's free ain't good for you. So you need to make really good decisions when it comes to what you're making choices for in your life. And is it aligning with your vision? I talk about a lot of times people protecting their peace. A lot of people don't protect their peace. And what I mean by that is create an environment of people that support you when it comes to you operating in a peaceful place. Some people are toxic and they're negative and they always got something to say and they always got telling you about some tea. You got to be careful with some of those people, because some of those people, if they always got tea to tell, then what tea of yours are they telling to somebody else? You ever ask yourself that? If they always got the tea on everything with everybody, what tea of yours are they telling to somebody else? I just want you to think about that. A lot of times we surround ourselves with these kind of people and we think, girl, that's my girl. We cool. She's funny. She's da-da-da-da. That's all good. But if these people are not healthy for your life and where you're trying to go, then you got to eliminate these people from your life. You got to start separating yourself from some of these people. So, one of the questions that somebody wanted to ask, wait a minute, my connection is saying it's low for some reason. I don't really know why. Let's see what's going on. Can y'all see me okay? Can y'all hear me? I can't tell. It's saying low connection, but I haven't moved, so hopefully it'll come back to saying that it's not low connection. I'm trying to figure out. Okay. Are y'all tuned in? Can y'all still see me and hear me okay? Okay. Well, I guess y'all let me know in a second. Okay, so one of the questions that somebody asked me recently was, let me think about how does she ask the question. How do I let go of something, a friendship that I've had with someone for a very long time, and I know that they're not really doing well for me. The sister was explaining that she's currently married. She's in a relationship with someone, and she's been married for the last few months, and the person that has been one of her best friends for the longest time is always saying something negative about her husband. And she's trying to figure out, how do I let go of this friendship because I don't feel like it's good for me. I really don't know why as adults we make this so hard for ourselves, but I only have one way to explain this, sis. When you get married and you decide that is your husband, you went before God and you decide that's your husband, you feel like that's who God has blessed you with. I'm not saying that all your friends are going to agree with that marriage or that relationship, but you don't really need your friends' approval to be in that marriage or that relationship with that person. You really don't. Now, if the person's toxic for you, I can understand why your friends may have something negative to say, but if you feel like it's time, the relationship is over, the friendship is over, just say that. We make this harder for ourselves than necessary. Just say, girl, listen, I love you. We've been friends for a long time, but I just feel like our season is ended. There is nothing wrong with you telling someone that your season is ended and letting them go. Don't try to make this long, elaborate process. Don't tell some white lie to hope that it works out and that you can make it a smoother transition by not saying exactly what it is. Just be honest and tell them the season is up. I love you as a person, but I'm no longer interested in being friends with you in the way that we've been. Just say that. It's not that difficult. And then let the situation end. Don't keep listening to the phone calls. Don't keep saying, oh, well, I know we had this plan and I can kind of do this, because you kind of will get yourself pulled back in. Say it. Be done with it. End the conversation and let it go. It's not as easy. I understand when it comes because you're emotionally tied into this person. But if you know someone is not good for your life, you just got to let them go. Another question someone asked me was, how do I get started writing my new book? She knows that I'm I'm an author and as well as a writing coach and things of that nature. And I told her, let's sit down. My message back to her was, let's sit down and we can talk about it, and I can go through some of the things that I've talked to other authors about. I did a writer's workshop last week. We had some really good people that were there, and they